Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Joe. Welcome back to Anything Goes with Joe, the podcast where we not only talk about anything and everything, but we aim to change the perspectives and opinions made up people with disabilities. Man, it's been a long time. We finally back here. We finally doing what we love, man. And let me just start off by saying this, man. It's been a hell of a journey, low key, to get this far. You know what I'm saying? To be able to come back to this time and time again, I think it's crazy. First of all, a lot of y'all might have your own opinion on it, and talking about how unprofessional it is to start over and over again, but that's the part of success, man. You're not gonna get it your first time. You might not even get it your second time. But the point is that you keep on getting back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep on getting back up to just show your real strength and show people that you really about what you about. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, I'm sorry for the ones that I let down. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I let anybody down or if I gave anybody the wrong impression, I'm sorry. But you know what I'm saying? We back in this thing and we ready to do it right. I feel like I've gathered the materials that I needed to make sure that I don't have to quit again. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't really call it a quit. I think it was just more of like trying to just figure out, you know what I'm saying, what I wanted to do and how I wanted to take it. Because again, it's not like I was birthed into this. I don't really know what I'm doing with this type of situation or how this progress is gonna go. But I do know that it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I always keep coming back to it. So obviously, it's meant to be in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, thank y'all for continuing to rock with me, man. This past couple months that I've been taking off and stuff like that, it's been pretty crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've learned a lot about myself. You know what I'm saying? And I've actually also come to terms with a lot of the things that I need to change within myself. Confidence and self-discipline be one of them. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like I lack confidence in the fact that, that this is something good. I know that I have potential to do something big and something great, but oftentimes it's not always painted that clear. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to keep on digging, and I feel like I've been digging and scratching at the surface for so long. You know what I'm saying? That I'm finally figured out what it is that I need to do. So I'm just excited for this journey to come, man, and I really feel like this podcast and platform has a lot of potential to grow. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's gonna grow around me as well as grow with me. So thank y'all again for rocking with me for so long. Let's get right into it, man. This episode in particular right here, if y'all don't know by now, is called The Climb Back. I named it this not only because it's something that inspired me, like, with J. Cole and things, because obviously y'all, those of you that know me, I fucking love J. Cole. Shout out to Cole one time. But also, like, it fits perfect with the bill because, as I mentioned earlier, this is something that I've been trying to do for the longest time, and each time I've always, like, fell down and found a reason to, like, kind of let it go. But this is my climb back to let y'all know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm here to stay. You feel me? Ain't nobody kicking me out of my own shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to stay. I'm finna do what I gotta do. So we out here, man. And my goals and ambitions for this podcast is huge, bro. It's huge. What I want to do, I already got the first 3 episodes up. But I already got them already figured out and stuff like that. So if y'all don't know by now, or if y'all didn't see the post that I posted on my Instagram at Anything Goes with Joe, this podcast is basically gonna be a podcast where each week is a certain topic. So for instance, like, this topic is my journey back, I guess, to doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, to making podcasts and just kind of doing what I do for y'all. So the next 2 episodes are going to be kind of like a how-to. You know what I'm saying? And then the following week is going to be a different topic. But that's where y'all come in. That's where y'all come in to really kind of motivate me and push me to talk about whatever it is that you guys want me to talk about, because I'm curious. So I think the reason why I came to this conclusion is just because I feel like, it gives people the opportunity to be active, by doing, certain topics each week. I feel like it gives people enough time to just get involved in stuff, because that's really what I'm trying to push. I'm just trying to push people to get involved, you know what I mean, and ask me questions and be curious about the things that they want to know, you know what I'm saying, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer them, So let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on the roll. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment down below what you guys want me to talk about and future topics that you want me to cover, and we'll go ahead and make it happen. You know what I mean? I kind of want to talk about today, like, my whole venture with going back and forth with this podcast, because again, as I mentioned, it is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. But honestly, like, there's a lot of factors that play into it, just because it's not, like, one of them being the immediate factor, which is that it's not something that brings in immediate income and immediate revenue. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you got to build up or work towards. And I think that that's something that I found hard to comprehend in the beginning stages, because I was just looking at it from wow, this is gonna put some revenue in my pocket. This is what's gonna make it happen. I didn't really have a plan going into this. I kind of just said, well, I'm gonna post whatever I want to post, and that's what it's gonna be. Which is true. You can do that, but at the same time, you have to have some type of like scheme, some type of plan. You know what I mean, to make sure that you're gonna be able to keep the audience's attention. And I wasn't really focused on that. And I think what really like discouraged me too, on top of that, was just the fact that like, I know y'all give feedback in the comment section down below, and I know y'all tell me that I'm doing a really good job, but I feel like I wasn't getting enough of that. But I also feel like it's not really the fact that I wasn't getting enough of that. I think it was just the fact that I was being selfish, because I expected more. Because I think very highly of myself. I think that I definitely feel like I have a purpose within this field. I know what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with that. But I think I wasn't being 100% real with myself, you know what I mean, and authentic. So I think like having the opportunity to take a step back and really focus on that and like realize that, I think that's what really brought me back to this point. I think and it's common. I think it's common for people to get like because like I said, it's not to be cocky or to be arrogant. Like, I know what the hell I bring to the table. I know what my worth is, and it's good. It's good to know that. But at the same time, again, you got to take the gradual steps to get there. It's not just going to happen overnight. And that's what I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? That's what I couldn't grab the concept of, because you see everybody else doing it, and you're like, how hard could it be? You know what I'm saying? But then you realize that a lot of those people, they have teams behind them. They have people that, you know what I mean? They got people that kind of go over, the material, what they're going to talk about and things that they're going to do, and kind of come up with the plan. I didn't have none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just kind of came up with the idea and then boom, put it on the table, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? I ran with it. So there was a lot of things that I could have learned from that, and I did learn a lot with that. You know what I'm saying? Again, not only in the business aspect, but with myself. You know what I'm saying? I had to really be honest with myself and kind of like come to terms with what it was that I was putting out, because I feel like what I was putting out before wasn't my full potential. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just put it out because I feel like I just wanted to kind of see the results. You know what I'm saying? But when you take the step back, like I did with this one, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I went over this one time and time again. You guys can see my files, bro. Like, I have so many different takes of this exact podcast because I know that I can always do better. I know that I can always make it better. You know what I mean? I've been working on this podcast. Like, I'm going to be real with y'all. I've been working on this podcast for 2 days, bro. 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't sound like, a long time, but it's dead ass, bro. Like, it's taking me 2 days to come up with this material. And it's like, I've done it all by myself. Again, I don't have a team to go back to and talk to and kind of go over ideas. Like, I have a support system, don't get me wrong. I got brothers, I got sisters, I got cousins and mothers-in-law and all this shit. Like, I got the people. It's just that when it comes to this aspect, it's like, this is something that I want to do for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be able to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not always going to be people there that's going to be able to help you. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to be able to take the lead and do it yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's where I had to really acknowledge that and be like, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got these people in your corner, whatever. But at the same time, you got to come to terms with the situation and figure out what you're going to do for yourself. Because all these people that you got in your corner, they're not going to be in your corner for forever. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that, like, if I reached out to them right now, I'm pretty sure they would fucking be ready and willing to help out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not throwing no type of fucking pity party. I'm just saying that, I know that this is something that I want to do, so let me go ahead and take action and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be waiting on somebody else to pick up the pieces for me. I should be the one to take action and take the lead. You know what I'm saying? Especially because, again, this is something that I built myself. So with that being said, man, like, coming to the realization of that, and just kind of like being in the moment, I think really helped out a lot. I had a lot of conversations during my time away from this situation. Like, I had a lot of conversations with my family, you know what I'm saying? And we went back and forth, and I was really talking to them about just the idea. Because, again, guys, like, I'm not even going to start with you. Like, I literally thought that this was something that was going to be super easy, and I was going to be able to just pick it up and say whatever the heck I wanted, because that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was, because that's the way that people, when they put it out there, that's the way they make it seem. You know what I'm saying? They make it seem like they don't have to rehearse anything. They don't got to come up with topics because it's already there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like a lot of the podcasts that you listen to, they have like co-hosts and stuff like that. See, me, I don't have a co-host, so I got to bounce off of my own ideas. I got to keep the conversation going for myself. So that's what makes it a lot more like 100% almost damn near independent. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not relying on somebody else to give me feedback or to bounce off of their conversation, So it's like, that's what really kind of put me in a spot in that sense, because I was really just trying to like make sure that I was entertaining enough to be able to kind of keep your guys' attention. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about you guys. It's all about the views. It's all about the people. But what I come to understand too is that, like, because I was talking to my uncle, and I was just like, look, man, this is what it is. Like I was telling him about how I was like discouraged and like how I wasn't really seeing the results and stuff. But he's like, bro, he sat me down and he was like, bro, look at it this way, man. Are you doing it because you love it, or are you doing it because you're trying to see something out of it? You're expecting something, and that's something that I had to really be honest with myself, because my answer to him straight up was, well, yeah, I'm doing it for me because I want to do it for me. And he's like, well, if you were really doing it for you, then the numbers and everything like that, the result wouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing it for yourself. It's because of you're doing what you love, apparently, right? And I'm like, well, damn, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he dead ass said that. He was like, yeah, like if you're really doing it because you love it, then none of that results or numbers or anything of that nature would matter. And I said, damn, he right. You know what I'm saying? He was spitting that knowledge. And you know what? Like, at first I didn't really know how to take it, because obviously when somebody's putting you on the spot like that, obviously you're going to feel some type of way. But I knew that when he said it came from a good place. You know what I'm saying? He didn't mean it to just like come at me. You know what I'm saying? He was saying it genuinely for the sole purpose of me realizing that I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for the outcome. I was doing it for the results. I wanted to be somebody. I wanted that acceptance. You know what I'm saying? But so I feel like that's why coming into this like segment, you know what I'm saying, and coming into this time around, it was like a lot more like easier for me, because I'm sitting there, I just press play and we make it happen. But like I said earlier too, though, like I said, I've done this for 2 days now. I've been plotting, I've been plotting on how to come up with like different, schemes and topics to talk about, because I didn't really know, you know what I'm saying? And then I made the post on Instagram, if y'all seen that, of the episodes, and that was my way of planning it out, you know what I'm saying, topic by topic of what I was going to talk about, and it really kind of helped me shape this podcast into what it is right now, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to continue with that scheme for sure. I think it's definitely something that can pay off in dividends later. Also too, I'm just having fun with it, man. Like, I'm genuinely, like, I know I said that before, but no, I'm genuinely just having fun with it. I love what I do, man, and I'm doing it for the sole craft of just myself, and I think that that's what I love about it the most. Like, I used to focus on the criticism. I used to focus on like the fact that people would think that it wasn't good enough and things of that nature. But honestly, bro, like genuinely for me to you right now, like straight up right now, I love what I do, and I genuinely feel like this is something that I don't know, man. It's gonna go far. It's gonna go far for sure. And I'm genuinely doing this for the sole purpose of myself, man. And honestly, I couldn't thank y'all enough for just tuning in. Y'all take the time to just tune in, whether it's on your way to work, whether it's on your way home from work, whether it's on your way home from school, whatever it may be. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for just showing me that love, man. It means the world to be honest with you. And again, I'm not even at like, I don't even have a shit ton of subscribers, but it doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff matters to me anymore, because I know that the people that is meant to hear this is gonna hear this, and they're gonna vibe with it, and they're gonna learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole scheme. It's just making sure that whatever I put out at the end of the day, somebody can build from and learn from it. Excuse me, you know what I'm saying? Because not everybody has that support system as such, like that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have the ability to go to people to talk about these certain things, to talk about, my insecurities, or to talk about the fact that, about certain things that bother me. But not everybody has that. So this is why I make this today, to be able to be that voice for you. You know what I'm saying? So that you can see that, hey, this is part of the course. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make sure you stay in control. Because that's all it is. You got to control your own narrative. You got to control how you're going to get to that destiny. You feel me? It's like when you put in navigation on your phone, right? You put the address in, and it tells you how to get there. It tells you, it doesn't always tell you the right way. Navigations do fuck up. But that's also part of the course. Because you're going to mess up. You're going to have these mistakes. You're going to go in these wrong directions. You're going to make these wrong turns. But as long as you know that at the end of the day, it's up to you to get back on track and stay on that path to greatness, whatever that may be, or however you may see it, whether it be a clothing business, a makeup business, whatever it may be, that's for you to figure out. That's for you to draw up and make sure that it's different from what everybody else is putting out, because there's always going to be somebody that puts out the same thing as you or something like you, but everybody does it in their own way. You got to make sure that you put your own twist on it, so that way you can stand out from the rest of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So make sure to focus on that. Focus on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Have the patience and make sure that whatever it is that you're doing it for yourself. First and foremost, you're doing it for yourself. Don't fall into these traps of social medias. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that. I've seen both sides. You know what I'm saying? And I still got a long way to go. I'm nowhere near famous. I'm nowhere near, a prime example of any sort. I'm getting there. I'm going to get there for sure, 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, this is just part of the course, part of the process. You know what I mean? So we just got to stick with it. Another thing that I wanted to kind of touch on too was just the fact that, the whole reason why I stepped away from this in general too is not only because of the analytics side of things, but it was also just personal matters, man. Like, I was letting a lot of stuff that was going on in my life kind of take control of what it was that I wanted for myself. This is a raw podcast, you know what I mean? There's no filters and no nothing. So I'm gonna just be straight up frank. Like, there was people, so let me put it to you like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to beat around the bush. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. Like, for those of you that don't know me, I'm not really close with my parents. You know what I mean? I'm not like, I talk to my mom, I see my mom, I have respect for my mom, I love her, and that sort of thing. However, my dad is a whole different situation because my dad wasn't really in the picture. Now, I don't say this again, I don't say this for sympathy, I don't say this for anything other than just for context, So my dad hasn't been in my life this whole time, my whole entire life. So he ended up reaching out to me and was trying to get in contact with me, trying to just basically be a part of my life when I didn't really want that. And I knew that by posting these podcasts and stuff, that was going to be somewhere, a way for him to get to know me, and I didn't really want that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I have to realize that I should have let that stop me from doing it and what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless, it doesn't matter how many times I change my YouTube channel. It doesn't matter how many profiles I create. If this is what I want, then I have to accept the fact that he's going to be able to follow me wherever I go. But but I control the narrative in the sense that I only put out what I want people to know, because whatever he knows is what everybody else knows. Does that make sense? So that's why I think that's the realization that I came up with in terms of I can't control the fact that he, views my shit or whatever, or, it's going to be unwanted attention in that sense. But what I can control is just being me, simply just being me. That's enough. You know what I'm saying? That's always been enough, because that's what's gotten me this far, just by being me. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't have it all figured out, bro. I've never had it all figured out. And I don't think a single person in this world has it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about just going with the course, just figuring out the process. So with that, I say, I'm not going to let that be a reason to stop me anymore. And yeah, that's personal or whatever. But again, this is anything goes to Joe. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? This is just me being in my zone, in my comfort zone, what I feel like I want to talk about. And whoever has something to say about it, well, the floor is yours. Say something about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's I don't know, man. That's just one of the biggest things that I feel like it feels so much better to just get it off my chest, though, because I feel like I held on to that for so long. Because with that situation in particular comes a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, a lot of frustration. You know what I'm saying? But it's at the end of the day, that's it's not under my control. You know what I'm saying? I was a little kid at that point. You know what I'm saying? I can't control who stays in my life and who doesn't, and the reasons why they don't stay in my life. You know what I'm saying? That's their reasoning, that's their doing, so that's their problem. That's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's the only thing I can do is focus on just being me and making sure that I'm the best version of myself possible. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know, man, it's easy to hate. It's easy to just be filled with anger and envy. You know what I'm saying? And just resentment, But it's there's so much more to life than that. I have so much more to be thankful for than than to not be thankful for. You know what I'm saying? I have so many things in my life going on. You know what I'm saying? Physically, mentally, spiritually. I have so much to look forward to in my life. You know what I'm saying? Than to focus on the negative. That little piece of negative. You know what I mean? That ain't nothing to me. And it's not going to be nothing to me because of the fact that I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't define who I am as a person. I did let it define the decisions that I made. But at the same time, again, it's all about learning from that. As long as I can admit that openly and say that, hey, I did make some bad decisions because of that, but I can still be a man in my own 2 feet and say, you know what, I'm also better than that too now. You know what I'm saying? Like going forward, you know. So it's like I wouldn't be me. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't make the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's part of the journey. As I said earlier, it's part of the journey. You know. So it's like I don't know, man. It's just like I'm on such a different level right now mentally. I'm on such a different, kick that I really just feel like I could do whatever the heck I want, man. And like, and this could go any sense of direction. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm, not to say like, oh, I'm a badass or anything, but like, no, I just feel like I feel like I'm at a point in my life where it could literally go any direction that I want it to go. So it's on me to make sure that I put myself in the right direction to do so. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else determines that but you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the one putting in the hours. You're the one coming up with the ideas. You're the one making sure that you put the post up in time so that motherfuckers can enjoy your shit, right? So it's like, do that. You know what I'm saying? Do that and stop letting all this outside stuff get in the way of what you're trying to do. Because that's all it is. Because there's a I don't know if it's like a Bible script or something, but it's like this. It says, when the devil sees you trying to do good, that's where he works his hardest, because he doesn't want to see you succeed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not religious, man, but I know enough to know that devil working 24-hour shift. He ain't taking no days off. So it's like just as hard as he works, it's like an affirmation of how much harder you have to work, you know what I'm saying, to rise above that, because you don't want to get stuck in that. You don't want to get stuck in that grime and that filth. Depression and shit, that stuff exists, you know what I'm saying? Anxiety, that stuff exists, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you can't control how it's going to make you feel and when it's going to kick in, but you can control of how you react to the situation, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe those of you that are listening to this podcast right now, you don't follow me on social media or whatever, but and if you don't, I encourage you that you do. But I'm very open when it comes to mental health, when it comes to battling anxiety and depression and things of that nature, because I know that I'm not the only person that deals with that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I can, on my good days or my bad days, if I could be a voice of reason for somebody, then okay, so be it, you know what I mean? And so it's like, on my bad days, bro, like, I don't know how I do it. I'm naturally somebody with a lot of, like, energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, ever since I was little, I never really needed that, like, caffeine kick, right? So it's like, when I feel like I'm going through something, or I feel like something's coming on, I try to just get out of my element. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like, and I think this is something that can help y'all too. Like, I don't know, maybe you guys do the same thing, maybe not, but what I like to do is, I like to make music, you know what I mean? It sounds cliche, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Make fun of me if you want to, but I like to make music. I like to, I don't know, I just feel like it's a good way to kind of like release the stuff that you're thinking about, you know? So it's like, I make music, man, you know what I mean? Whenever I feel like I'm kind of like in a slump or something, or if I'm getting into a slump, I'll go ahead and just write out my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Just put it on a piece of paper, turn it into a little song, and then there you go, you know what I'm saying? But that's my way of coping with it, because I can look back on that and be like, yeah, I was there in that moment, I did feel those emotions, but you know what else? I rose above that, you feel me? And I kept continuing to grow, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you're still going to feel those feelings. It's not to say that once you write it out, you know what I'm saying, it's going to feel better and it's going to heal everything. No, but it does heal it enough so that way you can feel some sense of like ease, you know? Some sense of like just kind of clarity, I guess you could say, you know? So it's like, with that, like, that's why I'm saying music is a big part of my life, no matter what circle it is. And that's why I shout out to J. Cole. That's why I shout out to Kendrick Lamar. That's why I shout out to Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the same people that grew up in the same lifestyle as me, with the same mindset as me. You know what I'm saying? Not to the T, obviously, but you know what I'm saying? We still share the same similarities. So it's like me listening to them and me, like kind of throughout my upbringing, like that's what helped shape me into the person that I am today, which is why I try to be the best version of myself possible every single day. You know what I'm saying? Again, with the mental health and everything like that, it does make it kind of complicated, but it's not impossible. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you really want something, you're going to rise above to that occasion to achieve that, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I mean that's as best as I can put it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the J. Cole. Shout out to the Kendrick Lamars. You want to make sure that whatever you do in your life, bro, you want to, at the end of the day, no matter what, you want to be able to make your mark somewhere in some form of fashion. You know what I'm saying? So use that how you want to. You know what I'm saying? Take it how you want it. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you know that it's not impossible, man. What I do, you know, what I do right here, bro, this ain't nothing, fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is literally like this is literally nothing compared to what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in that. You know why? Because I believe in manifestation, bro. Like, you know, I genuinely feel like this is just the tip of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely just continue to grind, and who knows? Like, this could take me so many different avenues, but I would never know if I never tried. You know what I'm saying? If I never put my best foot forward every single day to make sure that I put out these episodes and make sure that this happens and this is a thing, then I would never know. You know what I'm saying? So it's on me, you know? And I expect y'all to hold me accountable, straight up, because if I sit here and I make a vow to be able to be a support system for you guys, then you guys gotta do the same and be like, hey, look, you ain't uploaded a video in X amount of days, X amount of weeks, whatever. What's up with that? Get back on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate that. I mean, that shows me that y'all really rock with me for who I am. You know what I'm saying? Again, and I'll say this again, like, this isn't my first time. I've came back to the well a couple times now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting it right each time that I do it. And that's what I love, because I see the growth within myself. I see the growth within my production. I see the growth within my, like, standings, whether it be mentally or whatever. I see that, you know what I'm saying? And it's all thanks to y'all for constantly messaging me like, yo, when you gonna put out this episode? I was talking to one of the homies a while back. I still haven't met him to this day, but his name is what's his name? Shit, hold on. Is it Sergio? Nah. Is it Sergio? Nah. Santos is one of my bro's homies. But he was telling me, and it made me feel so good because of the fact that he hit us up. We were on our way. I don't know where we were going. We were going somewhere. He hit us up, and we were talking or whatever. We were chopping it up, and then he brought up my podcast out of nowhere. Now, I didn't bring it up to the situation. I didn't bring it up to the surface. But he came out to me and was like, "Yo, by the way, I respect what you're doing. I love the grind. I love your energy. You know what I'm saying?" Like, and I was just like, "Yo," it took me back because I was like, first of all, excuse me, I got a little excited, but first of all, like, he didn't have to say any of that, right? Like, he didn't have to acknowledge that. He didn't have to put it into words. He didn't have to do any of that, right? But he did. And you know what? That made me feel so special. You know what I'm saying? Because it showed me that there is people that listen. You know what I'm saying? And I've never met this guy in my life. I know of him, but I've never met him in my entire life. And so it was almost like a fan experience. You know what I'm saying? Not to call you out like that or say you're a number one fan, because I'm not saying that. I'm putting words in your mouth, but I'm just saying that the feeling that it gave me was just like so much clarity, and I was just like, yo, maybe this is something that I should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I didn't know the guy. You know what I'm saying? He had no business saying anything like that, but he took the time out of his day to say something like that. And for that, Santos, hey, shout out to you for the one time. You know what I mean? But no, man, I think, again, dude, this is awesome. This is honestly amazing, bro. I'm so excited to just see where this goes. I have so many plans for this podcast, bro. And yeah, man, this is my climb back. This is my story, bro. With the next couple episodes, the next 2 episodes are going to be about kind of how I structure things and how I make sure that everything's put into order. I just want to say this real quick. I didn't address this in the beginning, but I know that audio is going to be kind of an issue. Don't even worry about that. I'm getting that handled as we speak. I'm trying to see where I can like fit it in. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see if I can make it better or what ways I can make it better. Again, I'm just going with the flow at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to y'all for even tuning in. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, man, I love this shit, man. I'm so thankful for each and every one of y'all that tuned in, bro. And this is just the beginning. Man. So please, let me know. 1, let me know what you learned from this podcast. But number 2, let me know what you guys want me to talk about in the future. If you guys missed my post, again, don't forget, go check out my Instagram at Anything Goes with Joe, and you'll see the lineup that I have for the upcoming episodes. So please don't forget to check that out. Show some love in the comment section. Let me know that you came from this video right here, and I'll make sure to show some love back. All right. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. The next episode is only gonna get better, buddy. So make sure to just keep on rocking with me. I love y'all. Stay safe, man. And as always, it's been your boy Joe, and this is Anything Goes with Joe. We out. Peace.